Another company that we've done quite well of this year, and is a really sort of business that sort of fits with the current thematic of artificial intelligence and data centers and so on, is a company called Global Data Center Group, or GDC. It's about $155 million market cap. Now, they're basically a data center investment company, and they have exposure to three key assets in a sector, as I mentioned, that has really strong growth tailwinds at the moment. And essentially, the three assets are, they've got a majority ownership stake in a joint venture called ETIX Everywhere, which is in France, and it owns about 14 regional data centers over there. That valuation has actually been recently validated by a large fund that invested in that joint venture. They also have a 1% holding in a hyperscale data center operator, AirTrunk, and they operate in the Asia Pacific region, a bunch of hyperscale data centers growing extremely fast. And finally, they've got a Perth-based data center, which is leased to Fujitsu, and that's in Malaga in Perth. Now, as you can see on the right-hand side, the pie chart essentially shows what is the unaudited fair value net asset value as of 30th of June this year by the management of GDC. And essentially, they attribute $117 million to ETIX, $20 million to Malaga, $45 million to AirTrunk, which I'll speak about shortly, and about $9 million of cash and other assets. So all up, the net asset value is $2.57. The stock is trading at $2. Now, what's important to understand here is recently there's been a restructure of the incentive scheme for the management team. And essentially, they've been awarded 10.5 million units if they can realize value, essentially sell off these assets at somewhere between $2 to $3 per unit. Now, they get the majority of this incentive scheme if they can get it towards $3. So there's basically near-term catalyst to realize value by selling these assets, and the management is extremely incentivized. As you can see, they can make a lot of money here if they do it. Now, there's been recent media commentary that the AirTrunk is looking to IPO, and the talk is that it will be worth around $10 billion. What that means is that the 1% holding of GDC is worth more likely $100 million rather than the $45 million on their balance sheet. So that, in our mind, puts the valuation probably more towards $3 per unit than the $2.57. We believe that the Malaga asset will be sold first, probably the second half of FY24, and that will be a big catalyst. And we paid about $1.50 for this stock. It's $2 now, and we think there's some really good upside.